I'm trying to find where my document is. I don't see it. All right, let me see. Okay, I'm having a problem getting the hands up. Oh, okay. But I'm having trouble getting it up to the beginning. Let's see. What would I be doing wrong? All right, let me go out of that. And then
Carol, try. Oh, you got it.
I got it now. Yes, yes, I had the wrong thing. I hit the wrong thing. So are you all seeing now analysis of hands and other information? Great. Okay, last week I gave you an assignment, and after I started putting together the answer response to that assignment, I thought, oh, wow, why in the world did you pick this particular hand? And then after I thought a little about it a little bit, I thought, no, this is the perfect hand to give them. And I want to look, first of all, at the bidding. Now, in your assignment, all you saw was the north hand and the south hand, and you saw the bidding where West opened a spade. Today, I'm giving you the luxury of seeing all the hands. So let's all look at West's hand. West has 13 points. The only thing you can open is one spade with that hand, even though the spade suit is rather puny. When you look at the north hand, North has 12 high card points. Your inclination is that you would like to make a takeout double with that hand, but you have 3 spades. So normally it's better when you have 3 cards, at least three cards in the opponent's opening hand, what they've opened, their suit. It's probably better not to put a bid in at this point. So she passes, North passes at this point. East certainly does not have a bid, has only 2 points, does not have a bid, so passes. We come down to the South hand. South has 13 points, has that beautiful 6 card. Even if she just had 5 hearts, she bid 2 hearts. Now West is not bidding again because she knows her partner doesn't have anything. When we come back up to North, North comes alive. Not only does she have 4 hearts, she has 12 high card points, and she has big cards behind West, who opened the spade. So she goes all the way to 4 hearts, and probably a big surprise to South that she now finds herself in 4 spades, 4 hearts. Okay, let's look at this hand. In view of the bidding of opening 1 spade, you're probably saying to yourself, you're now South getting ready to, you're doing your analysis of the hand. How am I going to play this hand? You look at the spade suit and you say, well, I've got a spade loser. But West has bid a spade, so I'm going to finesse her for the, she's more than likely got the queen. I don't have any heart losers. I have 1 diamond loser, and I have got 2 club losers. So it looks like that this hand is just going to be a real snap. And so you set about, leads the king of diamonds, comes on with a diamond, which you rough. You pull trumps, and then you finesse the spade, play the king of spades, finesse the jack of spades, and bingo, out comes the queen of spades. The only thing that this East hand had was the queen of spades, and she shoots back a club, and you go down. You have 2 club losers, you've lost the queen of spades, and you've already lost the king of diamonds. You should make this hand. Now, this is a really good example of what could happen in this hand, what could possibly go wrong in this hand. And that is the one thing. We know that East doesn't have much, but if she has that queen of spades, then that's going to be the killing part of this hand. So an in play is the way to play this hand to guarantee that you're going to make it. King of diamonds is led. Ace of diamonds, you trump it. You play off your hearts, you rough the other diamond, you've done the strip, you've stripped the diamond suit, you've pulled all the trumps, and now you're getting ready for your in play. You play your king of spades, then you go over to your ace of spades. And lucky you, the queen of spades drops. And of course, now everything else is history because the jack is now good and you can throw a club out of your hand and you don't have but one club loser. But let's say that the queen of spades did not drop, that West actually had the queen of spades. And when the third spade is led, West gets in with the queen of spades. Now she's in play. She has to lead. She can't lead a diamond. That gives you a rough slough. If she leads the club, then you don't have but one club loser. So you end up losing the queen of spades. You've already lost the king of diamonds and you lose one club. But you see what, this is an example of what can happen, what can go wrong. What can go wrong in this hand is that East has the queen of spades and she shoots back a club and you're going to go down. Now, these things are not easy to see and it looks great now, you can see it. But if you're not seeing the East and West hand when you're sitting at the table in the heat of battle. So you don't know what's going to happen. This is what can happen to you. And this is where you get these big surprises at the most awful time. All right, so I want to come down now and go back over the 4 indications of when you might have a possible in play. This is what we covered last week. You need to have adequate trumps, not only pull all the trumps of the opponents, but to have at least one left in each hand so that it's the possibility of a rough slough. A suit that it would benefit you if the opponents would lead it to you. Above, the hand above, you need to have them lead the club for you. A suit that you can void in both hands, you strip in both hands. In the example above, it was the diamond suit. You want to void both hands in the diamonds. And then finally, a suit in which you could throw them in at a strategic point in the hand. So looking at the hand above that I just gave you, you had plenty of hearts, you could pull the trumps, you were able to strip the diamond suit. You needed for them to lead the club for you. You played your ace, king of spades. You lucked out that the queen fell, but if you didn't, West will take the queen and she's going to have to lead the club to you. So number 2 there is you need to have a suit that you need to have them lead to you. Now I want to look at this next hand and look at these indicators and see how we're best to play this hand. Okay, we're going to look at hand number 1. North is the opening bidder. She has 14 high card points. She's going to open a club. East passes. The South hand has 10 high card points and has 6 spades. So you're going to start out by bidding a spade. West is going to pass. We come back up to the North hand. North does have 4 spades. She loves her 4 spades. She has 12 to 14 range, so her second bid should be 2 spades. What she's telling her partner is I have between 12 and 14 points, and I have at least 3 spades with you. At this point, South doesn't know she has 4. I think now South is going to make a game try of some type. At some time later, if you all want me to, I can talk to you about how you make these game suit tries. You can make a long suit try, help suit try, you can make a short try, or you can make bid the trump suit. You're saying how good are your trumps. I won't go into that today, but they inched along and they finally end up in 4 spades. So the opening lead on this hand is the 9 of hearts coming out of West's hand. And you are going to look at your losers. South is going to be to the Claire. She is the master hand. She has no spade losers. She has at least 2 heart losers. She has no diamond losers, and she has possibly 2 club losers. I think you have to count 2 club losers, no diamond losers, for sure 2 heart losers. 2 heart losers because you do have the 10. So you're going to lose the ace, king of hearts, and you have no spade losers. So looking at your indicators, you have adequate trumps in both hands to pull all their trumps and to have some left over if there's a rough slough possibility. You have a suit that you can strip. That is the diamond suit. You play the ace of diamonds and then you rough two diamonds in your hand. That makes the dummy void of diamonds and you're void of diamonds. You have a suit that you need them to lead. It is the club suit. So let's see how you set about to play this hand. All right, so West has led the 9 of hearts. East takes the king, plays the ace, and comes on with the 3rd heart, which you win in the dummy with the queen. All right, so there are no more hearts out. So that suit now is completely stripped. They can't lead a heart from now on. Your inclination at this point is to draw trumps, 2 rounds of trumps, be in the dummy, and lead a small club and finesse the 9. And you see the way those double dummy, you see that king jack sitting there, you're going to lose 2 club tricks. So you've already lost 2 heart tricks. You cannot afford to lose 2 club tricks. So you're not holding it. Okay, yeah, okay. I'll come back to you in just a minute, Chuck. Okay, so you've already lost 2 heart tricks. Here you have all the indicators for an in play. So the way you want to play this is to take the ace of diamonds, ruff a diamond, back to your hand, pull a trump, ruff another diamond, get back to the north hand. You want to end up in the north hand. There are no more hearts. You have stripped the diamond suit so they can't lead that. And now you lead your 10 of clubs. West is in play. West will take the jack, but what's he gonna do? He can't lead, he has no more hearts. He can't lead a diamond because that gives, you get to pitch, you get a rough slough. If he leads a club, it's right into your ace 9. So if you play it the other way and draw trumps and then finesse the club, you're going to lose 2 clubs. But if you strip the diamond suit, you pull your trumps and you end up in the dummy and you lead a club from the dummy, you see that West cannot lead a heart. She leads a diamond, you get a rough slough, you pitch a club and rough. Or if he leads the club, it's right into your now ace 9 that you have still sitting there. All right, well, yeah, okay. So you do make a hand. Now, Chuck, did you want to make a comment? No, okay, you're just, okay, sorry. So you see, you have all the indicators there for your in play. You have a suit, the club suit is the danger suit. You have possibly 2 losers there. You have for sure 2 heart losers. You can strip the diamond suit, you pull the trumps, you end up in the dummy because you need to be in the dummy because that's where you need to lead from. All right, now here's the play of the hand, what I've just said. And what I want to say to you, we are all finesse-aholics, and I think this hand illustrates that people finesse their brains out. And what I'm posing to you, and I read this somewhere recently, would you go buy a used car if the salesman told you that the brakes didn't work but 50% of the time? No. But yet we finesse, even though we know they're not going to work but about 50% of the time. So if there's another way that you can, sometimes the only way you have is a finesse, and you have to do it. But if you have an alternate way, such as an in play, you see that example above, you did not need to pull trumps and then start finessing. What you needed to do was to strip the diamond suit, pull the trumps, end up in the dummy, and lead towards your ace, queen, 9, lead your 10. And now West is in played. He gives you a rough slough, or he has to lead a club to you, and you make this hand. Otherwise, if you do it the way, if you relied on the double finesse of that, you are absolutely going to go down in this hand. All right, I want to now go to another hand. This hand, you end up in 6 hearts. I think that South will open 2 clubs. He has a huge hand. He has 22 points. He's going to open 2 clubs with this. I don't know how you play this, but I think people would say two diamonds with the north hand. And now you're going to rebid 2 hearts, and you're going to, North is now going to support with 3 hearts. And I think that there's going to be, somebody's going to launch. I think that the South hand is going to bid 4 no trump or 4 spades, whichever you use to find out the key cards. And they're going to end up in 6 hearts on this hand. So looking at your losers, South is going to be the master hand. Even though you have 5 trumps in both hands, the master hand, your South hand is so much stronger. So you count your losers. You do have a spade loser. You have no heart losers. You have the ace, king, queen of diamonds. You have no diamond losers. Do you see there that you have a two-way finesse for the club? And so you have to lose a spade. It all boils down to where is that queen of clubs? And maybe you're trying to watch their cards as you're playing and all of that. So you can try to figure out who has that queen of clubs. But eventually, if you're going to rely on the finesse, you finally have to just decide which way you're going to finesse it and close your eyes and open them up and hope that the queen is over on your left and that you have not lost a club trick. You don't have to ever get yourself in that situation with this particular hand. And let's see how that would be. The opening lead is the jack of diamonds. So take that with the king or take that with the king or whatever. Pull all your trumps. Cash all of your diamonds. So the strip suit is the diamond suit. You're going after you've pulled your trumps, you play your other two big diamonds. Now you have no more diamonds in either the north hand or the south hand. You have pulled all their trumps. You play the ace of spades, and you throw them in. The throw-in card is that little spade. The four of spades. And now one of them is in. What are they going to do? If they lead anything, if they try to lead a diamond, it gives you a rough slough because you have no cards in the diamond suit. If either one of them leads a club, let's say that East gets in with the queen of spades. If she leads the club, you play low, you play your 5. Queen comes out, the king takes it. Let's say West gets in with the king of spades. He can't lead a diamond, it gives you a rough slough. If he leads a club, you play the 7 you play low from whichever hand they've led, you play low. And you see, they pick the queen up for you. You do not have to guess. You do not have to rely on the finesse. Heretofore, you would probably rely on the finesse, and if you guessed it right, lucky you. You don't have to guess. You do not have to guess in this hand because you see that you pull the trumps, you strip the diamond suit, play the ace, king, queen, you play the ace of spades, and you throw them in with the spade. Whichever one of them's in either has to give you a rough slough or they have to leave the club for you. So that's the beauty of it. You have 100% chance of making this hand. And if you don't make it, it's because you finessed, and the finesse, maybe you just didn't peep in the right hand to figure out where that queen of clubs was. This hand, I first presented this hand to you in the February the 1st lesson. You're saying, well, why in the world are we going back to February the 1st? And the reason why I'm going back to this is when I presented it to you in February the 1st, I was talking about the situation where your partner makes a double of an artificial bid. You remember that? We were back on opening leads, and I said, if your partner doubles an artificial bid, for example, if you open one no trump, and your partner bids 2 clubs, his partner bids 2 clubs asking for a 4-card major. If your partner doubles 2 clubs, that's an artificial bid. He's asking for a club lead. Or if one no trump, 2 diamonds, transferring 2 hearts, if your partner doubles the 2 diamond bid, he's asking for a diamond lead. So, all of these bids, where they are artificial, if your partner doubles them, she or he is asking for the lead of that card. Of that suit. So I want to look at the bidding here, and I'm going to have to all right, North opens 1 club on this hand. So you see that she opens 1 club. She has 15 points. She has 5 clubs. She opens 1 club. She does, some people might open a no trump with that. I think, no, you're going to open 1 club with this hand. East is going to pass. South is going to bid a spade. South has 13 points. South already knows something that North doesn't know. South with 13 points and her partner's open knows this hand is going to go to game. So bids 1 spade. Pass. North loves the spade bid It's 3 spades. And now south, I'm going to have to, I can't get it all on the screen at one time. So north opens a club, south bids a spade, north rebids 3 spades, showing excellent support, above average. She's got more than 14 points. If she just said 2 spades, she's got 12 to 14 points, but she's got bigger hand than that. So 4 no trump, that is the key card as for the 4 aces or the king. The bid that is made by the north hand, and let's come back up and look at the north hand, bid 5 hearts. She's showing 2 key cards without the queen of trumps, without the queen of spades. At this point, that's when I had the east hand make a double. You remember, I don't know if you recall that hand or not, but she's wanting a heart lead. So when she doubles the artificial bid, the 5 heart bid by north is saying I have 2 key cards. I do not have the queen of spades. East is doubling that because she does want a heart lead. South is undaunted, bids 5 no trump, asking for kings, outside kings. North does have the king of spades, so she says 6 diamonds, king of diamonds, so she says 6 diamonds. And they end up in 6 spades. And good old West realized her partner made a double of the 5 heart bid, so she comes off leading the 5 of hearts. So let's look at this hand. She leads the 5 of hearts. West plays the queen, East plays the queen, taken by South's ace. At some time later, then all the trumps are drawn. South takes the club finesse and goes down because the king of clubs wins, and now the king of hearts is cashed and you're down. I was most appreciative of Betty Humans, who was sat in on this meeting, and also Doug Althouse sat out on this particular lesson. Neither one of them said, yes, but you got an in play there. You know, it's hard, it's really hard to get examples and not have it show 2 or 3 different things. But I wanted to come back and look at this hand today after we have been through in play. There is an in play on this hand that absolutely 100% guarantees your contract. When the double of the 5 heart bid is made, West leads the 5 of hearts. East takes her queen, and she gets out with something. On this particular hand, you can in play the East hand because you know that she made the takeout, she made the double, lead directing double. You know you can throw her in with the heart. And so the way you play this hand is, first of all, you have, let's look at our indicators. You have adequate spades in both hands to pull trumps and have some left over in case there's a rough slough possibility. You have the doubleton heart. You could take the ace and you have your card that you're going to throw them in at the specific time in which you wish to throw them in. You have the stripped suit in diamonds. You play your ace king and you ruff your 3rd diamond. So you've stripped that suit. You don't ever touch the clubs. So after you have Queen of Hearts is played, you take your ace. You now pull your trumps, you play your ace, king of diamonds, and you ruff your other diamond in the north hand. Now play the 8 of hearts. The only other heart left is the 8 of hearts. Play it. Look at here. East is now in with the king of hearts. What's she going to do? She's in play, didn't she? She can't lead the club away from the king. If she leads a heart, she gives you a rough slough. So you throw your club and your ace takes care of the other club. So this hand illustrates 2 things. First, when I did it in February, I was illustrating the fact that if your partner doubles one of these artificial bids, such as the 5 heart bid, they are asking for their partner to lead that suit. So she did. And in this, when I did it in February the 1st, I had declare go down. But now that you know about the in play and you are declare, you see that you can absolutely 100% make this hand by doing an in play. So it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. I think that now
Chuck raised his hand first.
Okay, Chuck, what are you gonna say? Chuck.
Okay, what I was gonna say is, what are the chances here that East plays second hand low and West gets in with the jack and leads through your clubs? Or are they not gonna do that because East doesn't know who has the jack?
That's correct. But I think and she could, if she's smart enough, she possibly could do that. She knows that her partner's led fourth best when she leads at 5, or she doesn't really know what her partner's is. But I think she's probably going to play the king. I don't know, Chuck. But that's a really good point. Okay, Preston,
That was the same thing I was going to
anything
say.
you want to say? If West is really paying attention, then that's how they can still beat the declare. But I don't know how many are going to be able to not play that king of hearts. I think they are. But if she sees she's going to be in play, you remember that hand I had last week where I said the guy could try to throw the king of diamonds underneath the ace of diamonds so he wouldn't get thrown in. So this is really an interesting hand, and thank you both for bringing that up. Okay, but what I guess my main point here is we rely so much on the finesse, and it's only 50%. And you know you're not buying that car if your brakes don't work with 50% of the time. Okay, let's come on down. And I'm sorry Carrie's not here today because she asked last week specifically for me to do a little bit on new minor forcing. I just want to hit the basics. There are an awful lot of variations of this new minor forcing and XYZ and all kinds of complicated, but I just want to go through the bare bones of it. If your partner opens a club or a diamond, opens a minor suit, and the responder bids either a heart or a spade, and you rebid one no trump, if your partner bids the other minor, in this case it's called the new minor, then it is forcing for 1 round. So let's look at A and B. In A, you have opened a club, your partner's bid a heart, and you have rebid one no trump. You are limiting your hand. You're saying I have 12 to 14 points, and you're also telling your partner, I do not have 4 hearts. Now, when your partner bids 2 diamonds, it has to be alerted. It's the other minor or the new minor, and I'm abbreviating that NMF, new minor forcing. What she's asking you is, do you have 3 hearts? She's more than likely, I would say she's got at least 5 hearts. And she's asking you, do you have 3 hearts? She knows you don't have 4 because if you had had 4 hearts, instead of bidding one no trump, you're going to say 2 hearts. You said one no trump, but you could have 3. So when she bids 2 diamonds, she's saying, she's checking back to see if you have 3 hearts. Another situation, this time I'm having them open the 1 diamond, partner bids a spade, you rebid one no trump. All you're saying is I have 12 to 14. And I don't have but 2 or 3 spades. If I had 4 spades, I'm going to say 2 spades rather than one no trump. So the new minor forcing in this example would be 2 clubs, the other minor, and it's forcing for 1 round. And you are checking back to see if your partner might have 3 spades with you. These bids must be alerted. They absolutely must be alerted. The person who does the new minor needs to have at least 11 points. In other words, a game invitation type hand, so at least 11 points to even consider doing the new minor forcing. Because on that one no trump rebid, you're limiting your hand 12 to 14. So we're going to look at some examples of where you would just sign off in 2 no trump if you had a minimum for your no trump. But if you had 14 for your no trump, you might actually bid 3 no trump. But we don't want to, I have that later on down in the hand. So all I'm trying to show you now is, of course, if your partner has to open either a club or a diamond, the responder has to either bid a heart or a spade. The opener rebids one no trump, limiting her hand, saying she does not have 4 hearts or 4 spades. And then the new minor, the other minor, comes into play there. It is forcing for 1 round. You ought to have at least 11 points to make that bid. And you ought to have a 5 card hearts or 5 spades to make it. All right, so let's look at an example. All right, I'm the opener. I open 1 diamond, and your hand is over there to the right. You have 11 high card points. You have 5 hearts. You're going to bid 1 heart. And I'm coming back to my hand and I'm bidding 1 no trump. You know that I am 12 to 14 points and I do not have 4 hearts. But you're not giving up on this hand yet. You bid 2 clubs. The other minor, the new minor forcing. At this point, the opener can make several bids. If I have 3 hearts, I am now going to say 2 hearts or 3 hearts. 2 hearts, if I just have the 12 point hand, if I have 14 points and 3 hearts, I'm probably going to bid 3 hearts to tell you I'm at the top of my no trump. So you have all kinds of options available. So just looking at this one for now, if you bid 2 clubs, and I'm the opener, if I have 3 hearts and I have a minimum, I'm just going to say 2 hearts. But if I have 3 hearts and I have the 14 point hand, I'm going to say 3 hearts to say I'm going to tell you that I have 3 hearts and I'm at the top of my no trump range. But if I had just 12 or 13 and 3 hearts, I'm just going to rebid 2 hearts. Because if all you got is 11 points, then we don't need to be in game here. All right, another situation where that new minor forcing comes into play is, let's come down and look at this example. You're the responder. You have 5 spades and 4 hearts in this hand, and you have 14 high card points. Your partner opens a diamond, and you know with your 14 points, you know you're going to be in game somewhere, but where is the game that you're going to be in? 14 plus 12, you're going to be in game somewhere. Partner opens the diamond, first place, you're going to bid a spade. You have 5 of the spades, you're going to bid your spade first. I, the opener, I'm going to rebid 1 no trump. And all I'm doing there is saying I'm 12 to 14, I'm denying that I have 4 spades. Because your 1 spade bid is just simply promising 6 points plus 4 spades. I don't know you've got all that stuff. But in this hand, you, the responder, you know you're going to game. So you're going to do the 2 club bid, which is the new minor forcing. And now we're going to come back to the opener. To open 1 diamond, I could have had 4 spades. I could have had 4 hearts. 1 diamond, 1 spade by you. I rebid 1 no trump. I could have 4 hearts, but unless I have enough to reverse, I can't bid 2 hearts at this point. If I had 16, 17 points for my 1 diamond opener, my partner bids a spade, I could bid 2 hearts. That's showing at least 16 or 17 points. That's called a reverse. It's a reverse because I've opened 1 diamond. My next bid is 2 hearts. Hearts is a higher ranking suit than the diamonds. So 1 diamond, 1 spade, I bid 1 no trump. I could have 4 hearts. The new minor forcing comes into play, 2 clubs. My first bid as the opener, if I have 4 hearts, I need to say 2 hearts at this point. It tells the responder that you have 4 hearts. He likes that because look, he's sitting there with 4 hearts too. If I deny that, but let's say I have 3 spades. Let's say I don't have 4 hearts, but I have 3 spades. Let's say I say 2 spades. Then what I'm telling him is that I have 3 spades and that I have about 12 or 13 points. If I say 3 spades, I'm saying I have 3 spades with you and I have 14. I'm at the top of my range for my 1 no trump bid. So you've got all kinds of bids depending on what my hand is as the opener to make after this particular auction. Preston. Yes.
I had to unmute myself. Let's say in that scenario that you show the hearts and
Okay.
or opener shows hearts and you only had 3. Let's say you were 5-3.
Now he's going to rebid 2 no trump.
Yeah, I was going to say then 2 no trumps to rebid, and then
Rebid.
your partner knows that you were looking for spades.
Correct.
And if he's got 3 spades, he goes there.
He's
Otherwise,
going to bid 3 spades. He's going to bid 3 spades. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go through that again. Chuck.
My question is this: let's say you have this bidding sequence here, and the opener has, for example, 3 spades and 4 hearts.
Correct?
Is it the priority to bid the hearts first,
Yes,
or should he
yes.
play the spades first?
No. In this particular example, you bid the heart first. And now, as Preston pointed out, if I'm the responder, and let's say I just got the ace, queen, X of hearts, I don't have 4. Now, I'm going to rebid 2 no trump. But with this hand, I think I'm going to rebid 3 no trump because I have 14 points. We got to get the game. My partner's opened a diamond, so I don't have to worry about that singleton diamond. In this particular hand, I have 14 points. We are going to game somewhere. So let's say I did not have 4 hearts. My partner rebid 2 hearts. I don't want to just rebid 2 no trump because now my partner can pass that. I need to say at least 3 no trump. And now coming
Okay,
back.
then
Yes.
if you say 3 no trump and the partner also has 3 spades, would he then at that point say 4 spades?
It should now say 4 spades. And that's a much better contract. So what you've got to be careful as a responder, if you've got the 14 points and your partner's open, you can't let him pass. And if he just rebids 1 no trump, he's saying 12 to 14. And then you do the new minor and he bids 2 hearts. And if you just say 2 no trump, that's where it's playing. So you've got to say with this hand, you've got to say at least 3 no trump. You've got to say 3 no trump with this hand. And now I'll come back to my hand. And if I've got 3 spades, at that point, I'm going to say 4 spades. Hey, Lou, welcome.
Hi, hello.
We're doing interactive here today. So
Yes,
what I'm doing right now is and this is all being recorded. What I'm doing right now is just going through the basics of new minor forcing.
can I ask you a question?
Certainly, yes.
Let's say the hand that's on the screen, we're talking about the responder's hand.
Okay,
Let's imagine for a minute that you do not have 11 plus points, but you have this kind of shape. And this may be so basic and I'm embarrassing myself by asking the
not.
question.
no,
But let's say you have 5 spades, 4 hearts, you have 6 to 9 points. Now, if you bid the spades, you probably have 1 bid before you see whether your partner can take you to the next level. But are you going to show the spades first because you have 5, or are you going to bid up the line in this situation?
let's
what I'm
say
saying?
you need to have at least 11 points
Right.
to do the new minor forcing. Here, because you have 5, if you had 4 spades and 4 hearts, you would bid a heart. Just normal. And all you're promising your partner is I have at least 6 points and 4 hearts when you make that first bid. So if you have 4 hearts and 4 spades, you're going to bid them up the line. But with this hand, you're going to bid 1 spade first. And you have 15 points. If you had 11 points, you're still going to do the new minor forcing. But if you don't have a 6 or 7 points and you have that kind of distribution, you're going to bid a spade first. And then I think when she says a no trump, she's open to diamond. I think I'm going to just pass. If I don't have but say 7 or 8 points, and just let it go there. Does everybody see why 1 diamond, 1 spade, if I'm the opener, I can't bid 2 hearts unless I have 16 or 17 points. I've got to rebid 1 no trump. I could have 4 hearts. So this sequence by the new minor forcing gives you the opportunity to now show 2 hearts to say, I have 4 hearts. I had 4 hearts all the time. I just did not have enough points to bid 2 hearts rather than 1 no trump on this hand. Okay, I'm going to go on down. Yes, Lou.
I was just going to say, if you have that weak responder's hand, but this shape, you could miss a 4-4 in hearts or a 5-3 in spades. You just don't have any mechanism.
You don't have any
to
mechanism.
explore it further.
That's correct. But we do, when you use, and this is where I was going to hit at the end of this lesson, there are all kinds of ways of second bids that you can make. It's called XYZ, and it gives you an opportunity to find out if you maybe had that fit, but you had a minimum hand and you're just trying to see if it's there. And if there is enough interest later on, I can go into much more sophisticated. I guess today I'm just trying to hit the bare basics of what is the new minor forcing, but there are all kinds of more bids available that more advanced players are playing. And at that time, if you all want me later on, after I get through all this, get on up into say maybe August and September, and would like for me to go through some of those more advanced bids, I can do so. And I will be glad to do that for you. All right, let's come on down. Let's come back now. You are the opener. And the hand you see over to the right is going to be your hand that you opened. You've opened a diamond. You look at this hand, you have 13 points. Your opening bid is going to be a diamond. And your partner bids a spade. With this hand, you have 13 points. You're going to rebid one no trump. You are telling your partner, I am 12 to 14. I'm limiting my hand. And I do not have 4 spades. Now, when your partner makes the new minor forcing bid, here's an example. Here, your first priority is to say 2 hearts, because I had 4 hearts to make my one no trump bid. I did not have enough points to bid 2 hearts rather than one no trump. Does everybody see that? I just had 13 points. I had to rebid one no trump. But when my partner does the new minor forcing, now my first priority is to say 2 hearts. I have 4 hearts. If partner doesn't have 4 hearts, she's just going to rebid 2 no trump. And at that point, I can come back in with this hand and say 3 spades, telling her that I do have I have 4 hearts, but I also have 3 spades, but I've got the minimum hand. So it gives you a lot of options here. Let's look at the next example. Again, the opener's hand is sitting over here to your right. With this hand, you would open 1 club. You have 4 clubs to the queen. You would open 1 club. Your partner bids a heart. Excuse me, bids a spade. We're on hand number 2 now. All right, so you open a club with this hand, your partner bids a spade. You rebid 1 no trump. And your partner does the new minor forcing, 2 diamonds. Here, you do have 3 spades, but you have a minimum. So you make the 2 spade bid. You're telling your partner, I have 3 spades with you, partner, but I am 12 or 13 points for my second bid, for my no trump range. But let's look at the second example there, where your partner does the new minor forcing, 1 diamond, 1 heart. You rebid 1 no trump with your hand. Partner does the new minor forcing, 2 clubs. Here you do have 3 hearts and you do have a maximum of 14 points. So here I would bid 3 hearts. I would not just bid 2 hearts. You want to tell your partner, I have 14. I'm at the top of my no trump range and I have 3 hearts with you. So the first hand up there, you do have 3 spades, but you have the minimum no trump. So you would just bid 2 spades with that one. The second example, you do have 3 hearts with him, but you have 14 points. You need to tell him so by bidding 3 hearts. Now, if he's minimum, if he's just got 11 points, he has no distribution, he'll probably just pass out at 3 hearts. In the first hand up there with 2 spades, if he's got the 14 or 15 point hand, as soon as he knows you've got 3 spades with him, you're going to be in game in 4 spades. So you all remember that every time each one of you makes a bid, you reevaluate your hand. Do I have a minimum? Do I have a maximum? Do I have a game going hand? Once my partner shows support, I can add points for distribution. You know, you're always reevaluating your hand and deciding, do we pass out at the 2 or the 3 level, or do we try to get to the 4 level? Or maybe we're going to go to slam once you find out you've got that 5-3 fit. All right, I want to look now. Let's say that when the new minor forcing is made, I'll get you in a minute, Lou. When the new minor forcing is made, and you don't have 3, you don't have 4 of the other major, and you don't have 3 of the major that your partner bid. your rebids are going to be that of either 2 no trump or 3 no trump. Let me finish this and then I'll come back to Lou. All right, in this first hand, you open a diamond. You're the opener. You would open a diamond with this hand. You have 13 high card points. You would open a diamond with this hand. Your partner bids a heart. With this hand, you're going to rebid 1 no trump. You have 13 points. You do not have 3 hearts. You only have 2. The partner does the new minor forcing by bidding 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, the other minor. You have 13 points. You do not have 3 hearts. Your rebid on this hand is simply 2 no trump. That tells your partner, the responder, partner, I do not have 3 hearts. I am bear 1 no trump opener. I mean rebid. The second example though, you have 14 points. You have opened a diamond. Your partner bids a heart. You rebid 1 no trump, limiting your hand 12 to 14 points. Your partner's got at least 11 points. She wants to find out if you have got 3 hearts with her. She bids the 2 clubs, the new minor forcing. In this particular hand now, instead of bidding 2 no trump, you're at the top and you're expecting your partner to have at least 11 points. This is why you don't do new minor forcing if you don't have at least 11 points. In the event that I have 14 for my no trump, I'm going to rebid 3 no trump with this hand in this scenario. So if you don't have 3 of the major that the responder bid, or you don't have 4 of the other major, then you either rebid 2 no trump or 3 no trump, limiting your hand for your no trump response. And finally, you've opened a diamond with this hand. You have 14 high card points, you have 5 diamonds. Your partner bids a heart, you rebid a no trump, 12 to 14. Your partner does the new minor forcing 2 clubs. The only bid you have here, you're not going to rebid 2 no trump, you don't have a spade stopper. You look up here at this other hand, you did have a stopper in whatever the unbid suit was in the club suit. Here you do not have a stopper in spades. So you don't want to rebid 2 no trump. You do have a 5 card diamond suit, you do have a minimum. So the only bid I think you can make is just 2 diamonds. You can't bid the no trump because you don't have spade stopper. Here, up above, you did have the spade stopper, you see, and you could bid either 2 no trump or 3 no trump. But here, in this last example, about all you can do is just rebid 2 diamonds because you don't have spade stopped. If you go bidding 2 no trump and 3 no trump, they come off leading a spade, man, they take about 5 spade tricks, you're down for eating. So at this point, I wanted to say to you all, I can do so much more with this new minor forcing. There are all kinds of bids that go from here. And in response to what Lou was talking about, there are all kinds of bids that you can make that you can try to find out if, even if you have minimum, then you find out if you do have that 4 card, the other fit without getting up to the game level. So if you all are interested later on in my doing quite a bit more in this area and what are other more sophisticated bids that you can make, this is just the bare bones of the new minor forcing. And I'm sorry Carrie was not here because she specifically asked for this. I want to finish up by doing the same thing with balancing. We are letting these people play too many low-level bids. You always need to be trying to get them up to at least the 3 level if you can without getting doubled and going down for 1100. Let's look at this bid. West opens a diamond. Your partner has passed. East does not have enough to keep it open, does not have the necessary points or shape or anything that she can bid. So passes. So everybody knows East doesn't have anything. And you South. If you pass, this contract's going to be in 1 diamond. Now, what you need to be thinking is, why didn't my partner bid? Maybe you've got some points. Why didn't North bid? Well, maybe North couldn't. Maybe North had 12 points, but maybe she had 4 diamonds and she just had 3 hearts and 3 spades and 3 clubs. And she didn't want to make a 12 takeout double at that point. You make a takeout double, you ought to have at least 1 4 card major. Maybe she didn't have it, but she had 12 points. She couldn't make the takeout double. Maybe she couldn't overcall one heart or one spade because she did not have 5 hearts or 5 spades. We all know East doesn't have anything. And so South, before you put the pass card out there, you need to be thinking, we probably got about half or more of the points. And even if West has got the 18 or 19 point rebid showing, 1 diamond something, 2 no trump, we know East doesn't have anything, maybe 3 or 4 points or less. So where are the other points between the two hands of North and South? So South needs to do something, needs to take some kind of action, either to bid a suit or to make a takeout double, asking her partner to bid her best suit, or to do something, or to bid some number of no trump. So let's look at some examples. All right, this is South. The opener has opened 1 diamond. Your partner has passed, East has passed, and you hold this. You have 9 higher card points. You say, well, I'm going to pass. I don't have anything, but stop. Where are the rest of the points? Your partner's got 10 or 11 or 12 points and couldn't make a bid. Certainly, if you knew that, if it's double dummy and you knew that, you are not going to pass out with your hand. So what you're going to do is to make a takeout double. You're going to do what we call borrowing 4 points from your partner's hand. I know this is hard for you to visualize. If you had 4 more points added to what you have there, you have the necessary points and you have the right shape to make a takeout double over 1 no trump. So just visualize that you've got another 4 points there somewhere. You would make a takeout double. When North responds, after you've made this takeout double, when North responds, she needs to devalue her hand by 4 points instead of going, oh, I've got 12 points here. I am going to bid 3 hearts. No. You need to count your hand as about 9 points now because your partner has made this takeout double in the balancing position. In the balancing position is the pass out chair. All right, let's come down here and let's look at hand 2. We've had a diamond opener. Your partner has passed. East has passed, and you hold this. You have the 11 to 14 high card points, and you have a stopper. You have a double stopper in the enemy suit, or at least 1.5 stoppers. Here you would rebid 1 no trump in the balancing position. Now, there are all kinds of bids your partner can make after that. Hand 3, here you have 18 high card points. You're the South hand. You have too much to just simply bid 1 no trump over the diamond. 1 diamond, pass, pass. Hand 3, you can't just bid 1 no trump. You have much too much. So what you do is you begin by making a takeout double. Your partner bids something, and now you rebid a no trump. You're telling her, I have 15 to 18 high card points. And maybe your partner's sitting there with about 8 or 9, and y'all are going to get the game then. So there are all kinds of situations I can do, just as with the new minor forcing, I can do a lot more with this balancing for you. I want to look at one further example, and I know our time is getting short here, but let me just quickly go. This is another classic example of not letting them play at the 2 level. West opens a heart, your partner passes, East raises to 2 hearts, you pass, West passes. Now the pass out seat is North. And look at North's hand. When West opened a heart, you do have the right shape, Preston. You do have the right shape here to make the takeout double, but you don't have this is one that we talked about down at the Brambleton Center. You don't have the 12 high card points to make the takeout double initially. But in the pass out share, when it comes back around 1 heart, you've passed, 2 hearts, your partner passes, passed by West. Now in the balancing seat, you do have the right shape for the takeout double. You make the double, you double. Your partner, let's say your partner bids 2 spades. Your partner's got some points because they have passed out. It's going to pass out at 2 heart level. If your partner now bids 2 spades and he goes down 1, minus 50. But if you let them sit there and they make 2 hearts, which they more than likely are going to make 2 hearts, then it's minus 110. So you're always wanting to not let them play at that 2 level. If they go up, if West 3B is now 3 hearts, you've got them up to the 3 level, and they probably are not going to be able to make this. So what we've got to try to do is to not let them play at the 2 level, try to at least get them up to the 3 level. In this particular one, if your partner bids 2 spades and they don't go to the 3 level, if you go down 1, great. They make 2 hearts, then you're getting a top board on this. If they go up to 3 hearts, now you don't ever bid again. Y'all don't have enough to bid at the 3 level, but you push them up to the 3 level, and that was the key. So again, as with new minor forcing, there are all kinds, a lot more information on balancing, and I think we need to get all of us get more, not be quite so timid to try to push it up. Now, if you are vulnerable and they're not, you got to be really careful about pushing your partner up to the 3 level and get the double, and you go like for 800. Well, we got to avoid that if we can. Last week, I gave you all a hand, or I went over the hand of the Morsey Fit hand, and Miss Roby Carroll obviously goes through all of these hands, and she pointed out to me I had a mistake. The mistake I had was I had 14 cards in one hand and 12 in another. You know, it's really tough, people trying to put this and catch everything and try to make sure you didn't misspell something or leave something out. And please, please, when you're looking through my PDF files or whatever, if I have a mistake, please bring it to my attention so I can correct it. The play of the hand was essentially the same. You're in 4 hearts on a 4-3 fit, the Morsey Fit, and you got the ace of clubs lead, and the play of the hand was essentially the same. So I am going to now stop record.